Between Us. Chapter 1.
It was meant to last just for one evening. Are you absolutely certain there's no memory of why you were roaming the forest? The young man shook his head. His youthful appearance was striking, barely into adulthood. Charlie couldn't help but think of Bella wandering around Arizona, wondering if Renee would be quick to notice her absence. Harry's tale was as fragmented as his state of mind. He wasn't fleeing, he didn't have a place to reside, he wasn't hungry, and had no clue where he'd misplaced his shoes. Charlie had no intention of letting him sleep outside, if he could avoid it. "We've arrived," Charlie said as he parked the car. Harry gazed at the trees surrounding the house, not bothering to unbuckle his seatbelt. Charlie had verified there were no nearby asylum escapes or foster care runaways matching Harry's description. This brought him to the present, a young man with striking green eyes sitting in his worn-out yellow kitchen. He found some frozen fish fry, opting for it over frozen dinners. British cuisine probably didn't include microwavable meals anyway. "Fish is what we've got," Charlie said with a shrug. Silence usually didn't bother him, but Harry's presence made him aware of it. "I know how to cook," Harry said, soon immersing himself in the fridge, pulling out ingredients and placing them on the counter. When Charlie tried to discard the sprouting potatoes, Harry suggested, "They can be planted." The aroma of onions filled the room as Charlie sat and watched Harry navigate the cabinets, a soft melody escaping his lips. Dinner was consumed in front of the TV. Charlie usually overcooked the fish, but tonight it was perfect. Charlie handed Harry a toothbrush before setting him up in Bella's old room. "I don't mind the spiders," Harry grinned, settling comfortably amid the blankets and webs. "See you in the morning," Charlie said, making it more a promise than a farewell. Harry awoke in unfamiliar surroundings, encircled by spiders spinning their chaotic web above him. Descending the stairs, he instinctively knew which step creaked. A vacant gun holster sat by the entrance. Outside, the misty air hung like a shroud. With arms open wide, Harry welcomed the early evening. These trees were magnificent, teeming with life and enchanted history. Somewhere in his clouded mind, Harry knew he'd forgotten parts of himself. Maybe his missing fragments lurked within these woods? He traced a path southward, touching each tree as he passed, the moss underfoot a comforting presence. "Harry." He turned as feeble sunlight attempted to pierce the fog. "Harry, where are your shoes?" Charlie's hands were firm and warm as he guided Harry back to the blue house with the cheerful yellow kitchen. "Want to whip up some breakfast?" Harry suggested, eager to express his gratitude. A peculiar look crossed Charlie's face as he dried Harry's feet. "I have a job to get to." "All right." Harry scanned for his shoes, feeling the pull of the grand oak he'd found, yearning to scale it and feel the air beneath as if soaring. Charlie's exhalation was long and drawn out. "Fix something for breakfast if you'd like. I need to call into the station." With oatmeal free of moths and milk still fresh, plus a tin of peaches, Harry prepared a decent meal. Eating promptly was crucial, though he couldn't remember why, and wasting food seemed a cardinal sin. There was no opportunity to wash up. Charlie had him bundled in a coat, led to the correct shoes, and on their way to a bakery. At the police station, Harry was tasked with doling out donuts. "Sit." Charlie gestured to a wheeled chair that spun when nudged. Harry whirled about, losing himself in the dizzy buzz of his blood rushing. He tuned out their conversation about him. The coffee was unpalatable, the tea undeserving of the name, but the donuts sufficed. Harry savored the sticky glaze off each finger. "You're making me queasy," complained one of the local officers, setting a stack of dusty boxes before Harry. "Sort these by year and name." The task was straightforward. Harry washed his hands and focused on the files. "Hey, he can read." Someone chuckled, but the chief's voice was assertive. "Harry isn't dumb." The folders mainly contained dated speeding tickets and minor offenses, hardly crimes meriting a trip beyond the veil. "What's the veil?" Harry queried Charlie as they shopped post-work. You mean a definition? It's what brides wear, right? Covering their faces. Here are the vegetables, choose what you want. Potatoes, leeks, tomatoes, beans, but no baked beans in sight, nor did the butcher have kidneys. No, I mean the sort of veil that whispers. Recollection came to Harry like a drop, a fall, a push. Sorry, I only know the frilly white kind. But the veil that claimed Harry was one of shadows and endings. Charlie wished it weren't peculiar to find his houseguest perched in the backyard tree. Wear shoes, he'd advised, and remain on the premises. 3 days had passed since Harry's arrival, and now a new rule evolved. Start the coffee machine upon waking. Harry adhered well to guidelines. His knowledge wasn't lacking, he just seemingly mislaid it sometimes. Though Harry occasionally reminded Charlie of Bella, seeing him poised up high on 2 slender branches was a reminder of Harry's distinctiveness. Next time you start the coffee maker, don't forget the grounds, Charlie called. Yes, sir. Harry mischievously released one hand to salute. No. But Harry was already descending, branches snapping around him. Then he grasped onto one, swung through, and landed softly among the leaves, with just one shoe on. Oops, Harry mumbled, toeing at the earth. We'll secure you those lace-up boots that won't slip off, Charlie replied, just as the shoe miraculously plopped at Harry's feet. It felt like magic, yet Charlie pushed the notion aside. He had promised Rudy Harry would assist at her bakery today, and they were running behind. They found a peculiar equilibrium together. Harry contributed at the bakery in the mornings, while Charlie grew accustomed to returning to a ready meal and Harry's warmth beside him on the sofa. He didn't recall when he resumed hanging his gun by the door, or when Harry no longer went barefoot. A festive tree adorned with old decorations from Renee now stood for Christmas. Thank you for hosting me, Harry murmured, surrounded by the remnants of eggnog, fruitcake, and a turkey feast. That night, they both fell asleep on the couch, awakening to creaky backs and a profound contentment Charlie hadn't felt since his family's departure.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this chapter, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated with more audiobooks. Happy listening!